It's award season, which means it's time to gather beautiful white people into a room and give them tiny naked statues. This year, America's golden boy Leonardo DiCaprio is in the race for an Academy Award yet again for his role in The Revenant, a movie that had more snow than Frozen and less hygiene than a middle school boy's locker room. The Revenant marks Leo's 5th Academy Award nomination and 5th reminder of what a huge loser he is. An Oscar loser, that is. His personal life seems to be doing just fine. I mean, he's either fighting for some environmental cause or dating any model that's got an endless supply of bikinis and an unplaceable accent. But personal life aside, Leo is one of the most talented actors working today and is truly deserving of that sweet, sweet Academy love. So break out the popcorn, fill in your online ballots, and get your acceptance speeches ready because Cinematica is counting down 9 times Leo should have won an Oscar. Number 9, Romeo in Romeo plus Juliet, 1996. Okay, so technically he wasn't nominated for an Academy Award for Romeo plus Juliet, but he was nominated for an MTV Golden Popcorn, and guess what? He didn't win that either. Oh, poor Leo, but my God, if you didn't have a sexual awakening watching Baz Luhrmann's 1996 rendition of Shakespeare's most famous work, then you're a robot or you were born in the 1920s, in which case, wow, you're old. Leo is so fresh-faced and handsome in this film, those soft teenage boy lips alone should have won an Oscar. He plays the young Romeo Montague in love with Juliet Capulet, played by Claire Danes. Set in modern-day Verona Beach, aka the 90s on steroids, this interpretation featured guns and jankos instead of traditional swords and tights. Here are some Leo highlights from this movie. The scene after his best friend Mercutio dies. Can you say acting? When he first sees Claire Danes, can you say more acting? Leo and Claire Danes scene in the pool, damn! Leo just looks so good in water, doesn't he? Which brings us to number 8, Jack Dawson in Titanic, 1997. Again, not an official nomination from the Academy, but seriously, who didn't get wet during Titanic? Well, we know Kate Winslet didn't because she let Leo die. But before we play the blame game, that door totally could have fit 2 people. Let's just start at the beginning. Leo plays Jack Dawson, a struggling artist who during a poker game wins tickets onto the luxury death trap, the Titanic. While on the floating coffin, he meets and subsequently falls in love with Rose DeWitt Bukater, played by a red-headed Kate Winslet. This movie was a cultural phenomenon. Thousands of suburban moms left their kids at home, rushed to the theater, bought themselves a box of Bunch of Crunch, and settled into 3 hours of female gazing at America's newest heartthrob. Not only is Leo gorgeous in it, but this is the role that established him as a bona fide movie star. And when people are stars, we give them trophies. That's why Matt Damon just won the Golden Globe for Best Comedic Actor in the hilarious comedy The Martian. Oh, speaking of movies about the sky, number 7, Howard Hughes in The Aviator, 2004. Leo was actually nominated for an Oscar for this movie, so we're making progress at least, although he lost big to Jamie Foxx for Ray. This was a big one because it was Leo's first nomination for Best Actor. Previously, he had only been nominated for Best Supporting Actor, and this film was the second of the infamous Martin Scorsese-Leo team-ups. The first was the abysmal Gangs of New York, which you won't find on this list, but you might find on 10 movies that your high school boyfriend loved. That list would also include the Shia LaBeouf gem Disturbia and the avant-garde classic Scary Movie 3. But back to Leo. In The Aviator, Leo plays Howard Hughes, the legendary film producer / director / airplane mogul / cutie pie with obsessive compulsive disorder. And if you didn't fall in love with this beautiful mess when he ran his hand over the rivets on that plane, then you don't have a heart or a sex drive, and I'd suggest seeing a doctor for both conditions. How did he not win for this? It was total Oscar bait, a period piece by Scorsese with a flawed but brilliant main character. I mean, audiences love characters with OCD. That's why Lena Dunham's Girls has managed to stay on for 6 seasons. Shout out to everyone who watched season 1 of Girls, then quit and will now never be able to catch up. Which leads us to number 6, Frank Jr. in Catch Me If You Can, 2002. Is there a more charming character? So tortured, so smart.
Do you concur? Concur with what, sir?
So not nominated. In this delightful 2002 romp starring America's favorite schlub, Tom Hanks, Leo plays Frank Abagnale Jr., a young man who is forced to choose between his mother and father, causing him to run away and support himself by becoming a grade A con man. He weasels his way into a variety of jobs like substitute teacher, doctor, and pilot, and commits check fraud all over the country. Not only is this movie entertaining, but it's informative as hell. Seriously, watch this movie and then watch the entire series of Breaking Bad, and you'll be be set with fake checks and sweet meth for the rest of your life. Leo's range in this film is wonderful to watch. He goes from young, scared teenage boy to confident sex master of the skies, slaying the ladies and running from the law, when all he wanted was to get his parents back together. Oh, if only every child of divorce were that cunning. Oh well. Number 5, Jay Gatsby and the Great Gatsby, 2000 and just kidding. That movie was worse than chicken and waffles flavored Lay's. Number 5 is Billy Costigan in The Departed, 2006.
Your heart rate is jacked.
In case you didn't know, this movie is about Boston. Leo plays good cop Billy Costigan, whose job is to infiltrate the Irish mob, but hijinks ensue when Matt Damon's character's job is to infiltrate the police force. Oh brother. Leo does a surprisingly good Boston accent, and the film itself won a Best Picture Oscar, yet the only acting nomination went to Mark Wahlberg. That's right, Mark Wahlberg, of Marky Mark and the Funky Bunch fame. Mark Wahlberg of the reality TV show The Wahlburgers. Wahlberg can get a nomination, but DiCaprio can't? That's cold! Leo was nominated in the Best Actor category that year, just not for The Departed. He was nominated for number 4, Danny Archer in Blood Diamond, 2006. This is the movie that made every engaged woman in America rethink her dream Tiffany cut diamond. It was also Leo's 3rd big loss at the Oscars. Yep, Leo walked home that night as empty-handed as a reverse shoplifter. In Blood Diamond, DiCaprio plays Danny Archer, a South African gun runner on the hunt for a diamond that will mean his escape from the continent forever. The only thing worth mentioning is Leo's accent.
Something I go to the government, huh? Then government at least then go pay me, huh?
It definitely takes some getting used to, since when most people imagine Leo's voice, they usually imagine it whispering sweet nothings into their ears. But hey, if we can't handle Leo at his Blood Diamondness, then we don't deserve him at his Titanicness. P.S. What a goatee! Number 3, Calvin Candy and Django Unchained, 2012. Yes, I know, Leo was just a supporting character in this Tarantino slave revenge film. He plays Calvin Candy, a despicable slave owner, and sure, Christoph Waltz won the Oscar for Best Supporting Actor for the very same film, but get this, Leo literally cuts his hand in the middle of a scene. During the filming of the tumultuous scene at the dinner table at Candy Ranch, Leo accidentally cut his hand, but he kept acting through the scene and it made it into the final cut of the movie.
Hey! Don't lay your palm flat on that tabletop!
As RuPaul would say,
You better work.
give him an Oscar and a Medal of Bravery. But then again, Leo's always been an actor that puts his whole body into his roles, including number 2, Jordan Belfort in The Wolf of Wall Street, 2013. Ah yes, The Wolf of Wall Street. Another Scorsese-DiCaprio team-up in which Leo plays Jordan Belfort, a self-made, smooth-talking Wall Street broker whose fast lifestyle and loose morals lead to his ultimate downfall. Leo was nominated for Best Actor for this role, and of course lost to everyone's favorite fortune cookie, Matthew McConaughey. It doesn't matter how much weight McConaughey lost for Dallas Buyers Club. The scene in The Wolf of Wall Street where Leo's character takes too many Quaaludes should be shown to toddlers to introduce them to the magic of acting. Who else could pull that off? But unfortunately, McConaughey went home with the gold, and Leo probably went to In-N-Out to drown his sorrows animal style. And finally, number 1, Arnie Grape in What's Eating Gilbert Grape, 1993. Let's go back to the beginning. This was his first nomination and first rejection. Leo plays Arnie Grape, a young boy with a developmental disability who's cared for by his older brother, played by a pre-sellout Johnny Depp. Sorry, Johnny, but does anyone remember Mordecai? Nope, because it tanked. What's Eating Gilbert Grape is one of Leo's finest works, and he was only 19 years old.
Mama, wake up!
He lost that year to Tommy Lee Jones for The Fugitive, which is a giant slap in the face because we're talking about the same Tommy Lee Jones who played Two-Face in one of the worst Batman films ever. The same Tommy Lee Jones who made the horrendous comedy about college cheerleading Man of the House. Literally, the worst thing on Leo's IMDb page is Critters 3, a horror film about furball aliens that he made when he was 17. And if you've never seen What's Eating Gilbert Grape, check it out too. It's surprisingly nothing like The Grapes of Wrath. Thanks for watching 9 Times Leo Should Have Won an Oscar. Which one is your favorite? Did we miss an Oscar-worthy role you loved? Let us know in the comments, and be sure to like and subscribe to Cinematica, where we help you watch smarter.